Hi guys, Adam here. I'm with Tel. Tel, Louis van Gaal. You've obviously got your opinions on him, and you can't defend that today. I can't.
You can't. Nobody. There's not a single Manchester United fan out there. I don't care where you work, what you watched. It's indefensible. That performance, you're standing there watching Manchester United at home against a Southampton team that were not willing to attack, sit back and defend. They were trying to absorb pressure. You know, my son's a year old, and I watch him. He picked up his sponge at night when he's in his bath, and he absorbs less pressure than those professional football players out there. And I'm standing there watching and thinking to myself, do you know what? At the end of the day, right, like, what was that? That wasn't a football match. That wasn't a game of chess. That wasn't a game of drafts. That was the worst performance I've seen from any professional sportsman in the history of my life. It was nothing. There's nobody can defend it. Nobody can stand there and warrant and act as if that was a game of football. It was absolutely petulant ridiculousness. And for me, I stand there and look at that and I think to myself, there's only one thing to say. Louis van Gaal has got to stand up. He's got to put his hand up to the board and say, you know what, I'm not the man for this football club. I'm not the man for Manchester United. I've got to walk away. I've got to let Ryan Giggs, I've got to let Sir Alex Ferguson, somebody walk back in and take over.
Is that the fear that Ryan Giggs might come in and then it just gets worse and worse again? And we haven't got time to be taking these risks. Sir Alex Ferguson, for all he's done for the club, do we need him hanging around? Like, you know,
anybody is better than the man we've got right now, because right now the way the players are performing, the attitude they've got, and you know what, like a lot of us were here back at Norwich and Stoke during the Christmas period, and we were all like, wow, this manager's got to go, and we increased our performances, you know, against Swansea, against Chelsea and people, we upped it a little bit, but nothing really improved. At the end of the day, we were playing against substandard teams and the performances were not where they're meant to be. When you're getting outperformed by Sheffield United in the FA Cup, you know a manager's got to go, and nothing's changed. And today was absolute testament to that, because it was absolutely abysmal. It was absolutely abysmal to watch that. And you know what? I'm not the best Manchester United fan in the world. There are people that are spending money every week to follow this club around the country, and at the end of the day, they're wasting their money on absolute nonsense like we saw today. It's an absolute joke that the club, the Glazers, anybody involved should be saying, do you know what, anyone who spent money watching this absolute nonsense should get a refund, because it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. You know, I've seen League One, League Two teams play better football than that today. It was abysmal. It's abhorrent. It's not Premier League football at all. And you know what? I stand there and watch it and just think to myself, wow, you know, everybody that's come today has been absolutely offended by the absolute abysmal performances from these professional football players, from the manager that's been around football for 25, 30 years as a manager. It's an absolute disgrace. I'm trying not to swear, I really am, but I can't watch it and think anything other than absolute abhorrent, abysmal performances. Way forward, you know, there's rumours that we've had interviews with Pep Guardiola and all the top managers out there, but I'm looking at them thinking, why would they come to this club right now? Because we don't have the structure, we don't have the people in charge at the top level that are going to take us forward. The club, we might as well be run by Zippy and Bungle from Rainbow, because right now that club is being run by monkeys. You know what? It's being run by absolute monkeys, and you know what? I don't. You know, I'm no businessman. I don't know how to do it. But that club is being run by it's an atrocity. It's an atrocity to run a football club like that. I grew up watching this football club being brought up by Sir Alex Ferguson, and you know what? They are absolutely ripping apart what was produced over the last 25 years. Absolutely ripping it apart. And for me, at the end of the day, you know, I want fans to still support this club, but you've got to walk away and say to yourself, that's an absolute abomination to this football club. Football and everything in general, it's a joke, mate. It's an absolute joke.
Cheers, sir.